The connection between health and wealth. What's the link? You wake up tired, skip breakfast, grab a coffee, and rush to meetings. Then at lunch, your inbox pings with a surprise medical bill. That interruption isn't random. Every health slip is a wealth slip, and every money stress is a health risk. If you treat health and wealth as separate silos, you lose compounding power. But when you see them as two sides of the same wheel, your small daily choices in sleep, food, debt, and investing begin to amplify over time. In this episode, we'll explore what the research actually says about the health-wealth link, how the relationship works in both directions, and how a little Zen mindset can turn the whole thing into a sustainable practice. Before we dive in, subscribe if you believe wealth isn't just numbers, it's energy, freedom, and peace of mind. Part 1. What the latest research shows. Modern research leaves no doubt. Wealthier people tend to live longer, stay healthier, and recover faster. But scientists have now gone further than just noticing a correlation. Studies in 2024 and 2025 found a clear causal path, especially for long-term stable income. In other words, financial security itself seems to protect health. When people lose wealth, cardiovascular risks rise. When they gain financial stability, mental health improves and stress hormones drop. The biggest surprise is that perception also matters. Feeling higher or lower in social rank predicts health almost as much as real income. The conclusion is simple. Money buys margin, margin buys calm, calm preserves health. But the relationship isn't one way, and that's where it gets interesting. Part 2. Correlation versus causation. Correlation means two things move together. Causation means one thing drives the other. To prove causation, researchers use long-term data, policy changes, and even natural experiments, like what happens to people who suddenly inherit or lose money. The results point to a two-way street. Wealth improves health, but health also improves wealth. That feedback loop becomes stronger with time, and it explains why small changes in either domain compound faster than we expect. Have you ever noticed this in your own life? Drop a comment and tell me whether stress over money ever showed up in your body. Part 3, Pathway 1, Wealth to Health. Here's the first pathway. Wealth improves health by reducing stress, buying safer environments, and creating a buffer between you and a crisis. When you can afford better food, reliable housing, and medical care, your body feels that stability. Stress hormones calm down and decisions become clearer. A financial cushion also means fewer sleepless nights. Chronic money stress is one of the strongest predictors of heart disease and burnout. So if you're paying down debt, automating savings, or simply tracking expenses with awareness, you're already protecting your health. But remember, money alone can't buy peace. It buys the conditions where peace can grow. Part 4. Pathway 2, Health to Wealth. Now the reverse direction. Good health is an asset that silently pays dividends. Better energy means higher productivity, clearer thinking, and better decision-making. It reduces medical costs and time lost to illness. When you sleep well, eat real food, and move daily, your odds of career success rise simply because you show up with more focus and patience. Employers notice, clients notice, and you make fewer impulsive money decisions when your body is balanced. In other words, health is the engine that powers your financial vehicle. Ignore it, and you stall. If this idea makes sense, subscribe for more ways to build wealth without burning yourself out. Part 5. The Wealth Health Flywheel. I like to picture it as a flywheel with 4 spokes. Sleep, move, eat, money. Each quarter, check these 4. How consistent is your sleep? Are you moving enough to break stress? Are you eating with energy in mind rather than entertainment? And how is your financial buffer holding? If one spoke weakens, the wheel wobbles. Strengthen even one, and momentum returns. Over time, the wheel compounds faster than any investment chart. Which spoke feels weakest for you right now? Leave a comment, and I'll share a few ways to strengthen it in a future video. Part 6. 3 mini case studies. First, a young professional in her 20s. She earns modestly, but sleeps 7 hours, walks daily, and invests 5% of her paycheck automatically. Within 3 years, she's ahead of her peers in both health and net worth. Second, a parent in his 40s, juggling kids and mortgage stress. He simplifies by following what I call the 5x5 protocol. 5 small health habits, 5 small money moves. He skips expensive gadgets, walks during calls, and redirects that energy toward paying down debt. In 5 years, his glucose levels and his credit score both stabilize. Third, a woman in her late 50s nearing retirement. She chooses short daily walks, better sleep hygiene, and social connection. Her expenses stay predictable, her blood pressure drops, and her financial anxiety quiets. Each of them proves one thing. You can start the flywheel from any income level, any decade of life. Part 7. Zen Interlude Don't Know Mine. Take one breath with me. Don't know mine means dropping the idea that you already understand what's next. It's the beginner's mind that pauses before every financial or health decision. When you don't know, you listen. If your back hurts, stretch. If your mind races, rest. If your wallet feels tight, breathe before you click buy. This single pause breaks the chain between stress and impulse. That's where true wealth begins. Part 8. The 5x5 protocol. 5 health moves. 5 money moves. Health. 1. Anchor your bedtime within 30 minutes most nights. 2. Move every hour for 2 minutes. 3. Lift or stretch twice a week. 4. Eat 5 colors of real food daily. 5. Take 1 digital Sabbath per week. Money. 1. Automate a small investment, even 5%. 2. Cancel 1 recurring charge. 3. Grow your emergency fund by 1 week's expenses. 4. Review upcoming medical or insurance costs. 5. Check your debt ratio and track net worth monthly. 10 small steps repeated weekly create exponential calm. If you're using a variation of this already, share it in the comments. I'd love to see how others balance the two sides. Part 9. Red flags and reframes. Beware of chasing expensive biohacks while carrying high-interest debt. Debt drains faster than supplements can replenish. Don't polish your investment portfolio while ignoring sleep debt. Fatigue ruins more returns than bad markets do. And if you've built financial wealth but neglected friendships, remember, social capital outlives market capital. The Zen view is simple. Excess in one area eventually collapses the other. Balance keeps both breathing. Part 10. Tools and trackers. Track what truly matters. Sleep hours and consistency. Resting heart rate and blood pressure. A small net worth and debt ratio chart. One shared spreadsheet is enough. Check your numbers monthly, not daily. The goal isn't obsession. It's awareness. Numbers remind you whether your flywheel is gaining or losing momentum. Part 11. The long view. Not everyone starts with equal conditions. Early life, neighborhood, and social systems shape both health and wealth. That means compassion matters. When you improve your own foundation, you also gain the strength to lift others. Advocacy, generosity, mentorship, these are forms of wealth that also heal. So keep your circle wide. Part 12. Closing practice. The 3 breaths budget. Before any big decision, try this. Breathe in. Notice your body. Breathe out. Release tension. Breathe in again and consider one action that aligns your money and your health. Maybe it's a walk instead of scrolling. Maybe it's saving instead of spending. That's your 3 breaths budget. A minute of awareness before a lifetime decision. If today's ideas gave you something to think about, subscribe and tell me which spoke of your flywheel sleep, movement, food, or money you'll focus on this week. Parting thoughts. Health and wealth are a single rhythm. You don't need perfect conditions to start. Tiny, consistent moves and mindful pauses create compounding stability. Strengthen one spoke this week, and the rest will follow. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. Your help is much appreciated. May we all be happy and free.